Baltit Fort and Baltit Fort. According to local people, Baltit Fort is more than 900 years old, and this one, Baltit Fort, is almost 800 years old. This fort was not construction in a once time, so many addition, many changing with the passage of time. First biggest addition in 15th century. In 15th century, one of the king of Hunza, he married from Baltistan from his princess took some skilly person in her dowry. They made addition here as well as Baltit Fort also. And the second biggest addition after 1891. In 1891, when British conquered Hunza, one of the king of Hunza, his name was Mirs of Khan. He escaped to China Xinjiang. After 1 year, British can install his younger brother Mir Muhammad Nazim Khan. During his ruling period, he additioned some balconies, colorful glasses on the top portion. And this fort was used as a royal residence until 1945. In 1945, royal family moved the new palace. New palace I can show from the terrace. From 1945 to 1990, 45 years, this fort was empty. Due to less attention, the fort was getting damaged. In 1990, Mir Ghazanfar Khan, who is the current Mir of Hunza, he donated this fort to the Public Charitable Trust. Aga Khan Culture Service Pakistan and Aga Khan Trust for Culture can decide for restoration. After restoration, this fort was opened for the public in 29 September 1996 as a museum. So this is a short introduction about the fort. Basically, this area was used as a reception, as a lobby, and also used as a tax collecting area. Tax means they have no currency. Local people can pay tax like wheats, buckwheats. Surrounding this area, under rugs here are some storages for wheats. I show one of them. So the storage is 9 feet deep and 6 by 6 square feet. It's only accessed from here with skinny person. So the skinny person can go inside with the help of ropes and help of wooden stairs. These buckets used for measurement, for scaling. Bow and arrow, first of Hunza, they use bow and arrow. These are the Mongolian design. As a security guard room, watchtower, they watch from small windows for outside. And these are traditional dresses of the local peoples of Hunza. These are male traditional dresses, and this one is a female traditional dress. This dress introduced from China after 19th century, and this dress used in the marriage ceremony. These maps donation from the British Library after restoration of the fort. So the first one is a 13th century world map in Latin language. Second one is a 1550 world map in French language. And the last one is a northwestern Indian map in English language. So next door is too much short, please be careful, okay, watch your head. This room is used as a secrecy planning hall. It's like a parliament house. And also used as a winter traditional hall. Still we use this kind of hall in the winter season. Center portion for heating, cooking, dining portion. These are sleeping portions. So those times they have no source of light. They use oil lamps. At the daytime, central portion open for skylight. Now we close because we close from the roof. This carpet is from Bukhara, Uzbekistan, 150 years old carpet made from sheep wool. And this hall is used as a treasure box. They can put treasure inside. This one is a storeroom and also used as an emergency exit when enemies attack to the fort, so they escape from here. Now we move, we can see some peaks which are in the Karakoram range. All from the Karakoram range mountains. So weather is not clear, just I'll show the directions. In this direction there's a Rakaposhi. Rakaposhi is 7,788 meters above sea level. In this direction there's a Dinan Peak, 7,266 meters. In this direction there's a Roman Peak, 7,027 meters. And the back side there's a Ultan Peak. Ultan Peak is 7,388 meters.
Đây là bức cái tường nhà người ta xây á, vừa gỗ vừa gạch đung với nhau. Đây là những cái cột này là những cái ràng gỗ ở bên trong này, ở ngoài này là người ta xây cái nhà nè. Đó. Cái nhà này là cái nhà cổ, mình thấy rất là nhiều ở cái thời đại Elizabeth ở bên Anh. là đường từ trên pháo đài xuống nha. Cái khu phố này mình rất là thích.
Được. Thì là sâu ven tháp the hotel rock thôi. Ok, em bảo rồi lát nữa con khách sạn cho chị về ngủ sớm. Về đi chị, tại vì cũng giống nhau à. Nó cũng tương là chị đi nãy giờ là bắt đầu. Ok chị. Em nói ở rồi lát nữa đi có khách sạn chắc còn ngoài.
Cái ghế này hồi nãy là mình đã quay phim mình. Đây là con đường mà đi lên pháo đài Baltic. Cái khu phố này á, là do khách du lịch đi bộ nhiều á, họ trở thành khu phố bán hàng luôn. Hello. Đó, nó trở thành khu phố bán hàng luôn nè, tất cả các thứ. Mà nghe nói ở đây bán cũng rẻ lắm. Mình chưa có thời gian đi, chắc tối nay xong chương trình tour rồi mình sẽ đi lượn đây một tí. Dạ.